my name is Ivy, and welcome to Makeup for My Funeral. And also my dog, who is in this tutorial with me right now. For those of you that don't know, we have two dogs, an older dog who is a love, and a puppy who is a bit of a terror. The puppy is with me right now because if I didn't have her up with me, she was down in her crate crying, and I can't have her outside right now. So you are gonna hear a lot of like ambient doggy noises in the background probably throughout this video. So just be patient with me. I apologize. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. I might have to be interrupted a few times during this to attend to Maple, who has already decided to find something in my trash. How exciting. Anyway, welcome to Makeup for My Funeral. This was an idea that my husband had for a video for me. He presented it without context. He was just like, what if you did a video about makeup for your funeral? He just loves coming up with weird and interesting ideas for my channel, most of which honestly make it to video form because he has a wonderful brain and I always love his ideas. So yeah, he presented it without context and I was trying to figure out what my interpretation of that prompt was. Makeup for my funeral. The immediate thought was like, ooh, let's go spooky, gothy, whatever. But then I was like, well, that's not the makeup for my funeral. Like, technically. The makeup for my funeral, in my mind, would be like the best version of the makeup that I love to do that makes me look like myself, is beautiful, that makes me feel beautiful, and that I feel like will look good in front of a crowd, right? So that's my interpretation, and that's what I'm going to do today. So is this kind of a bait and switch and it's really more like beautiful everyday makeup? Maybe, possibly. We could be going in that direction. I am definitely gonna pick up a few newer things to play with in this video though, just to kind of show you what I'm messing around with these days. And I do think, even though I love a warm toned look, it is my jam, and as we move into the warmer months, you're going to see a lot more warm toned looks from me. I have been living in my cool toned era. I have been doing a lot of cool toned makeup. I've really just been enjoying playing with tones that I haven't played with before that much. This is the first year, I want to say, that I've really delved deep into cool tones, and so I think I want to kind of stick with that and do a cool tone look today. Cool tone, beautiful, everyday, but elevated makeup that I think would look good in front of a crowd. Okay, we are gonna do things a little differently, at least for me today, and I'm going to do my eyes and then my base. I know, shocking. There is a benefit, obviously, to doing your eyes first and being able to do your base after. Sometimes it can look a little more flawless, a little more seamless. And so I think for the look for my funeral, that's what I want. So that's why we're gonna do eyes first. I'm gonna put down a little bit of this smudge-proof NARS eyeshadow base. This has been my daily go-to primer. And even though it's not super strong for like glitter, which let's be real, it's makeup for my funeral. I am gonna be doing glitter. I still prefer it over a glitter base, like a glitter tacky primer. Most people use them to avoid fallout and increase longevity. However, technically, if we're talking about makeup for my funeral, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving around a lot. So like, let's just not worry about fallout or longevity. It'll be fine. I'm gonna pull out something that is a little new to me. This is by a Chinese makeup artist, Narimi Z. These palettes are like pretty popular and highly coveted by people. And I saw that this one was available. So this is the palette. Isn't it beautiful? It's so pretty. I love, love, love these tones. I've just been really feeling and inspired by these tones, especially this kind of blue color, this like slate blue. I'm gonna go, pretty neutral on the base to start, and I'm gonna use this shade, this kind of khaki shade, Veil, and I'm just gonna tap that kind of in the transition shade area and in the outer corner. In a real world, I would assume makeup for my funeral will be on me when I'm like very old and I have lived a long and wonderful life, and so I may not be wearing kind of makeup that I'm wearing now at that point. However, for the sake of this prompt, we're gonna do my makeup like I do it now. Now I'm gonna go in with this beautiful slate blue, which I've just been desperate to use, called Desolate. I'm gonna kind of pack that on so that I'm getting most of the color packed closer to the lash line. There's something about these blues, like these slate blues and these kind of cool grays, that I've been realizing can be so flattering on brown eyes. I've just been really exploring that a bit more for myself. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that Veil shade from before, that kind of khaki shade, a little bit more under my eyes. I do think I'm gonna use some Clionadh shadows because Lord knows, if it's makeup for my funeral, I'm going out with a bang and I'm using Clionadh. You're not gonna stop me. I have been wanting and meaning to use Duke and Duchess from Clionadh now that I have both shadows, and they seem like they would be really fun to pair together. They're both in the kind of green family, so I'm thinking about that as I do this look, which is like I'm layering blues and I'm gonna add greens. I think those things are all gonna play really nicely together. I love when I'm playing with cool tones to transition out to my brow bone with a warmer shade, because I do feel like it helps that transition ease out a bit more. It's less harsh. There is a beautiful warm toned shade in this palette right here, which I think is such a nice addition, called Chaos, and I'm tempted to use that. It's just a very dark shade, so my only hesitation is that I'm gonna like put it up here and it's gonna be really intense, but I'm gonna try, we're gonna try it. We're gonna see if I can get it to work for me. You're painting for the back of the room if it's your funeral, right? Like everybody's gotta see you. So it's okay. It's okay to go a little bit bolder. I'm gonna add a little bit of this teal shade Fog into the mix on the lid again. Oh wow, look at that. Can you guys see that shade? That is so beautiful. Actually, I guess I should zoom you in. We started with eyes and I forgot to zoom you in. These colors are stunning in this Narimi palette. Oh, there's a white in here too, Daytime. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of that white and I'm gonna layer it in my inner corner so that whatever I put in my inner corner has something to kind of brighten it. Let's layer up our sparkly shades. So this is Duchess, one of my favorite Clionadh shades. I think actually fairly underrated. I think because it's a little more of a subtle, like not super duper duper shifty shade from them, but it's so beautiful. It's this pale green with these beautiful pink and silver sparkles in it. Duchess is gorgeous because it's got this like lighter feeling to it, very airy. And so on the inner corner, I really think it's gonna pop. And we're not gonna worry about fallout because we're gonna clean it up when we do our base. And now I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna use the shade Duke. This is a new shade from Clionadh, relatively new. You can see that beautiful like orangey gold sparkle shifts to pink. Definitely feels like it has something in common with Duchess. That is Duke all over the lid. It really adds this like beautiful pink orange sparkle. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this brown liner. This is my absolute favorite liquid liner pen. It's from M Cosmetics, it's their brush tip. I have tried a lot of other liquid liner pens, but nothing works as beautifully and as consistently as these ones from M Cosmetics. I swear I've tried so many and none of them work as well. So I do really recommend these pens more than like any other option. So I just took my brush that had a little bit of Duchess left on it, and I'm using that to kind of blend in my lower lash line. Sorry, the dog, she is just having a time right now. Again, once I start to clean things up, it'll feel better. Right now it's obviously just a lot of like eye, but I'm really liking this combination of shades. So impressed by this palette. It is beautiful. I know a lot of you are going to be like, but you're not using a shimmer shade from it in this tutorial? Excuse me? I think I might need to save it for another day and another look. I'm going to do mascara and I'm going to start to do my base and I'll kind of zip you through that and then we'll come back and we'll do the rest of my face. Mascara is on. Let's do base. I am gonna do the Glossier. If this was really makeup for my funeral, which again, I'm trying to go by the prompt, I would probably have them do something a little more semi-matte and a little more perfection, kind of featuring like a NARS type foundation, but I don't actually feel like putting that on my face right now. I feel like something a little bit lighter just for my skin right now. So we are gonna go with the Glossier, which I know I love, I know looks beautiful, and I think will do the job. For concealer today, I am going to use the Givenchy Prisme Libre. I've just been finding that, especially under the eyes, it adds a really nice brightening effect. And because I did so much kind of dark shadow I feel like I need a little bit of that brightness right now. So I'm gonna use my sponge to put that on. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of powder. I'm gonna take this really, really nice setting powder from 1999 Beauty, and I'm gonna just use their puff that comes with it and just kind of set my under eye and the center of my face. This powder has such like a nice smell to it. It's really hard to explain, but it has this really nice like kind of caramelly scent to it. Creme brulee or something. It's really hard to explain, but every time I use it, I'm like, oh, that's such a nice little add-on. I am gonna do a slight bit of contouring. Again, I want to look good. It's my big day. It's my funeral. So I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. I'm going to use this Ogee contour face stick in copper. Naturally Go, where I have sort of a shadow right here and a little on my jawline. And that's it. I'm not even going to do my forehead. Now we're gonna do blush and lips, and I think I kind of want to play in this like slightly pinky, slightly orangey category. Again, I want to look like myself, but myself on like a nice kind of cool, bold day. And I want to still look elegant. I don't want to look too made up. So I think I'm going to look for something that kind of meets that semi-matte, not overly matte look on the lips, and like something really kind of beautiful, a little bit peachy maybe on the cheeks. So let's see what I can pull out from my collection that kind of gives that effect. Recently, I did pick up a few things from Joocyee, which is an Asian beauty brand that I've been exploring and really loving. Everything that I've tried from this brand. The most recent items that I picked up were from their Christmas collection, and they did this apple of my eye, or I apple you collection, where everything was kind of apple themed, and I just thought the packaging was so beautiful. For example, this blush, I don't know if my camera is gonna really focus on it, but look at that, so stunning packaging. It has this three-dimensional effect, like my camera just can't handle it on the front here. It's gorgeous. This is a really beautiful kind of peachy everyday light blush for me. I have been wearing it a lot since I picked this up just because I love how it looks on me. So I'm gonna start with that, and then if I need any more kind of additional punch to it, I'll add something else, but we're gonna go in with that. I have also been focusing my blush a lot higher and closer to my eye, my kind of orbital socket, than I've ever done before, because I have found that it gives my face a real nice lift. It's a bit of a more youthful look versus when I was applying my blush more down here. I feel like it brought my face structure down a little bit. This is just, again, lifting. Fair to say, I think it's kind of on trend right now, this kind of application of blush. Okay, so now lips. Let me think about what is going to tie this look together. I've been lately looking back at a lot of looks that I've done and thought, if only I could have brought someone in to help consult on what I should do to tie the eyes and the lips together. I feel like I don't always make the best decisions. Like sometimes I'm like, those two things are equally beautiful, but they don't go together. I can't poll you while I'm doing this video unless I was doing it live, so I'm just gonna have to wing it myself. I recently got in these 3 lip liners on sale from Unearthly Cosmetics. I got Khaki, Char, and Cafe. Cafe is kind of like the middle neutral. Khaki is a little bit lighter and cooler, and then Char is a bit darker and more like chocolatey brown. I think I'm gonna use Cafe because I don't know exactly what color I'm gonna do on my lips today, but I definitely want a little bit of definition on my lips. Lip lining is something that I haven't really done a lot of in the past, but I'm trying to get a bit more into just to know that I can do it. I do feel like there are definitely times where a look that I do would benefit from having a more defined lip line, so I want to get more comfortable with it. So it's a little bit of Unearthly Cafe. I did more than just line them. I started to kind of come into the lip itself. And this is kind of helping me because I definitely can see that like a brown lip would really go well with this look. No surprise there. I don't quite want to go brown though. I think going brown isn't quite what I would want for my funeral. I want a little more color, but I don't want something too bright. I want something that's going to bring balance to the look. So let me see what I have. We're going to find the perfect lip to tie this all together. Okay, so I have this idea that I have no idea if it's going to work. This is my second time doing an unpracticed lip combo on my lips on camera, but we're gonna try it. I love the idea of having a Eldridge lipstick on my lips for my funeral. Something about that just says classy. classy. I only have 2 shades from her, and I know that the one that would be perfect for this look is one that I don't have, but I'm gonna try and make it work. I have Velvet Blush, which I actually think will be beautiful if I were to wear it full on with this look for a bolder lip. But what I'd like to do is kind of apply this a little bit more lightly as like a stain. And then I want to try the Mob Beauty Nudie Lip Balm that they just came out with in the shade 139 on top to kind of nudify it a little bit and also add a little bit of gloss to the look. That is my idea. We will see if it works. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so that is a really light layer of Lisa Eldridge Velvet Blush. Now let's go in with the Mob Beauty 139. That looks like this. It's this like little lip balm, very glossy. These are super emollient, so they almost end up looking a little glossy. And I think especially over this lip, it'll add a little bit of shine, which will be nice because it'll kind of bring some life to my lips, but not that much color. That's it. That was very fast. I think the lip combo actually worked out strikingly well. I have a doggy in my lap, head in the lap. She's a big dog. She can't just like sit on my lap, but she's looking at me right now. You know, maybe I'll put up a picture of you on screen so everybody can see how cute you are. What a cute girl you are. You're a pain in my butt, but you're so cute. I think we're gonna call it done. This is the final look. This is the makeup for my funeral cool toned edition look. I really do think I might do a warm toned edition look, but I love it. I think that this came out exactly kind of the way I pictured it. Like not a totally everyday look, not totally over the top bold. Colors and tones that I'm really enjoying. Things that kind of perfected my skin enough, but still made it look like me. A good balance of like some, you know, some boldness for the people at the back of the room while still approachable for the people that are coming to visit me at my bedside and saying their final goodbyes. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed the brief. I'm really happy with it. Let me give you one more look at the eyes and the kind of the rest of the look zoomed in. Here are those eyes. You can probably hear my dog chewing in the background. Maple, you have made this one really fun video. I'm really feeling this eye combo. I like pink orange sparkles with kind of a slate gray blue base. That Narimi palette, beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to play with it more, and I cannot wait to play with those shimmers because they look beautiful. Okay, so that is a wrap on makeup for my funeral. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you felt like I made good choices. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this look and what you would do potentially for makeup for your funeral. Please feel free, by the way, if you're inspired by this prompt, to do it yourself. I would love to see what others would do. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to give this video a like before you leave it. It always really helps so much, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Would love to have you around for future content. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you are doing, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye. Maple, girl.